Hold up. Don't put the thing yet. Don't put the thing yet.
And we're live. Let's go.
This is. Oh, no, I went live like while you were doing that.
Things.
This is Lore of the Things. I am human.
Don't let him lie to you. He's a cyborg sent from the future.
Welcome, Internet. Welcome, Twitch. Welcome, YouTube. Welcome, Twitter. Welcome to the vast fan base. Welcome to Lore of the Things. We talk about things.
Welcome to all our fans
stuff
in Romania.
I, of course, am the kid Zach. This. Oh, I did it. I did it. First try.
You got it right? First try? Look
this is Barry Dubs. Twitch.tv/BarryDubs. Twitch.tv/TheKidZach. Twitter.com/Lore of the Things. This is where we talk about things and the lore of them and stuff. And, yeah. Zach had a little dance going at the beginning of the show. I got one of these sweet pieces of loot like no one else. This is exclusive.
Actually, I sent them out to some of our fans in Romania. So
we got a big fan base in Romania. It's kind of weird.
Super weird.
I don't even know how they heard about us. Nobody else watches us. But for our 600 Romanian viewers every week, I really appreciate it.
This one's for you. This bud's for you, as they say.
It's Lore of the Things. Wow. Lore. Things. Barry Dubs. The Kid Zach. Lore of the Things. We're here. We made it through another week of this glorious stay-at-home order that's no longer a stay-at-home order.
Yeah, they looked at that, didn't they?
We're in phase 1 of the reopening of Florida.
You're a freaking dingus.
Oh, yeah? Is that what they're calling it?
Welcome, Finn User. Thank you for the follow, brother. What's going on, man?
That's, I think you read that wrong. I think that's Finn User.
Lore.
Hello.
Things.
So we're going to do the intro for about a half hour here.
Welcome to the show. I mean, most of the show is the intro. Lore.
Yeah.
If you missed Zach's dance, you really missed out. Finn User is one of our Romanian viewers. He's a big supporter of ours. Happy to see him back. I don't know why he alerted me. He just followed. He said it's Finn.
Whoa.
Yeah. Happy to see him back in. Don't know why it just alerted me that he followed. He's only been watching us for the past 62 weeks of the show. Yeah, big donator. He's dropped a couple thousand bombs on us. Tier 3 sub for a couple years now. Huge supporter. Just, hearts in chat for Finn User.
Big hearts.
Yeah, so we're in Florida. Much to our dismay. We're in phase 1 of this whole reopening plan. They have like these phases and units.
What's phase 1? What does phase 1 entail?
Phase 1 is the reopening, the beginning of the reopening of the state.
Opening barbershops, right?
No, that was phase 1.1. They amended it to add barbershops and all that stuff. Phase one was that reminds me, I gotta talk to you about something else. Phase one is restaurants at 25% capacity. It's retail stores at 25% capacity.
Okay.
I don't know if
Is
there's a
that
couple
25% capacity of like fire marshal limits or something?
Yeah, it's fire marshal limits. You're supposed to adhere to.
I'm not able to walk 5 km. Sorry.
You're supposed to adhere to the social distancing recommendations from the CDC or whoever it is, the FDA, the CDC, the ABC, the EFG,
EDFTA.
the EDMTAMANA. But yeah, I think it just mostly entailed. I think they opened some parks, as long as you follow social distancing. They opened the beaches as long as you follow social distancing. We're so ahead of the times, man, because
We're making moves.
We're so quick to lock down the state that we're now able to reopen.
That's right.
So
that's what we did, isn't it?
As soon as we heard about this thing, boom, done, lockdown. The bars come down. The Star Wars doors closed. That wasn't the right noise. It should be like.
That sounded better.
Yeah, that was way better. What about?
A little better.
Does that sound like an opening?
That was kind of like. That was almost like some sort of ship, like engine noise, I think.
Yeah, we locked down the state, but in all seriousness, though, we locked down the state pretty much last, and we were pretty slated to be a hot zone for this thing.
I'll tell you something though about that. I have a comment about that. I'm not dead yet. Coincidence?
I think not.
I think not.
So you were getting on me a couple weeks ago about going out and going to the grocery store. You were ragging on me for it.
Ooh, I was getting you hard.
But then you came to see me at work, in my place of work,
did.
And you weren't even wearing a mask.
I don't wear a mask. That's the thing. The masks are for the other people, because I'm protected if they're wearing masks. See what I'm saying here? So there's no point for me to wear a mask.
So you just gotta make sure that everyone around you is wearing masks.
Simple.
Yeah.
Quite simple, really. No,
Why don't we just take a big piece of plastic and just mask the Earth?
And just protect it from the space coronavirus?
Yeah, because it's coming from space. That's what I heard.
I heard it came from a meteor in Russia.
I heard that it's bouncing. Off the ozone layer.
Mm-hmm.
The 5G is bouncing off the ozone layer and coming back at us and creating this virus.
Oh, how about that 5G though? You know?
I haven't experienced it, I don't think. Do I have 5G? I don't even know.
No, we have 5G-E or something. It's like 5G pretend, and it's like not good.
Basically just 4G.
Yeah.
Phase 2 of this reopening will be bars will be open at 50% capacity.
That's important.
And you won't be able to sit at the bar.
What's the point? Where else do you sit?
They can have tables like 6 feet apart from each other. You can walk up to the bar, get your drink, go back, sit at your table. Yeah, bars are going to be an awesome experience when this whole thing kicks off.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. That's going to be super duper fun. I
know a couple tattoo artists that have obviously been out of work. And they made the pilgrimage with everyone else to Georgia when they reopened Georgia before us.
And, really?
And they were working there. They were doing tattoo work in Georgia.
I mean, the thing is, if you're not working and you need to work, you need to work. Like, you got to survive, you know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of tough. I mean, because we're not seeing very good support from our government right now.
Yeah,
I don't like to rag on the government
a
or
lot
something
of
or
us.
anything, you know.
Never.
But
A lot of us got
yeah,
like a check that like didn't really help.
yeah. I got mine right here. See, I want to cover up most of it here, but um, I'm not cashing it, bro. I'm not gonna cash it. I don't need their handouts.
You got a paper check?
Yeah, dude. They sent it to me in the mail, and I was like, mm-mm. Actually, I might burn it.
They didn't just direct deposit it?
No, they sent it to me because I don't have a bank account linked with the IRS because I'm not about that life.
Okay.
Because I have to pay them. You know,
Yeah,
they don't pay
I
me.
gotcha. So they would just be pulling money out whenever they feel like they need a little loan or something, you know.
So they just try to keep them on their toes, you know.
Yeah.
Try to like.
It sounds
fake them out
eerily like tax evasion, but you know.
Well, I mean,
gray area there.
Yeah, you know.
They call it the Wesley Snipes line.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. No, I don't evade them. I just don't let them know where I'm at. So if I needed to evade them, I could, you know.
Yeah, that makes sense. Know your exits, you know.
Yeah. I'm checking them at all times. I know the fire marshal limits. I'm checking my exits.
Is your house at minimum capacity, or at 25%?
Actually, this house I would say is at about 25% capacity rate. It's a 3-bedroom house. So, I mean, technically, you could probably get about like 2 kids in one room, a couple in the other, a couple of transients in the other room. So, we got 2 out of 6 people. That's 25% right there.
That's good.
Yeah. So, we're running it.
We were talking about sequel theories earlier.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Sequel theories. They're out of control, man. They got me thinking. I was dreaming about it earlier, actually. I was taking a little nap on the couch.
The deeper I get into my headcanon, the more I don't hate the sequels as much.
Right. Because you're filling in the blanks.
Filling in the gaps. Mm-hmm. We shouldn't be left to our own devices to do that, but... So like I said, since Snoke is just Palps...
Whoa. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Since Snoke is technically just Palps, because I believe that he was using these cloned Snoke bodies as like a beacon of himself that he could, channel himself through.
Wait, so do you think that Snoke has no... He's just a vessel?
Yeah, I think Snoke is just a hollow carcass.
Okay, I gotcha. I think that's very reasonable.
Palps is just force projecting himself into Snoke. His consciousness and everything, though.
Right, he's just.
I don't think it's a copy of his consciousness. I think it is his consciousness.
Right, so he's just he's sitting somewhere on the Sith world.
Well, he's hooked up to that machine or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's doing that.
He's
one of those guys.
And he's just and then Snoke's just kill him.
Just being himself.
So then why was he so easily killed?
I can't
Limitations of the body?
One. I think... Palps is very arrogant. And I think that through his experiences with the Clone Wars and how much he succeeded and then almost succeeded in the original trilogy as well, I think that he fully had Kylo or Ben Solo in his grip. I think that it was a full...
He thought he did.
Because this kid, didn't even start like Anakin. After the Luke thing, this kid was full on dark side. He killed his dad.
So did Anakin.
Yeah,
right?
but he killed his own.
Pretty hard.
He killed his own dad. thought he was fully. Well, Anakin was fully locked down for a long time. That's the thing. And I think Palp saw the same thing. So he never would have expected.
So Palps, he just repeatedly makes the same mistake over and over again. That's what you're saying to me.
Well, because, I mean, kinda, but for a long time, like, Anakin was loyal.
Yeah, but
it took like his own son about to die to like bring him back,
to shake him. Do you think if it was Leia in that situation, he would have reacted the same way?
Yeah. I mean, they're twins. They're both his kids.
Yeah, okay.
They might have even reacted more harshly.
Right, maybe.
I think if they would have flipped Star Wars completely and Luke was like the Prince of Alderaan and part of the rebellion, and Leia was like grew up on Tatooine and everything else, I think Vader would have changed earlier. Even fathers always have this link with their daughters. It's like, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. True that.
But I think because it was another boy or another male, Palps was able to string him along long enough to make him think that Luke would join and everything would be all dark side hunky dory. You know what I mean? It's one big happy family.
But what about this? Riddle me this. So Vader, Palps is like, okay, Vader, you've got a son, right? And we're going to turn him to the dark side.
Yeah.
Now, he obviously told Vader about the rule of two, right? So
yeah, he definitely taught him that.
Right. So what does Vader think is going to happen when he brings in a new homie? Does he think he's going to just get away with 3? Rolling deep in the sixth floor?
Palps wanted Luke
to kill him.
To
strike me down.
Kill him.
Right.
And
because he knew it would pass on better.
And he knew that he would be with him forever. You know what I mean? In my mind, like how the Jedi have the Force Ghost because they commune with the Force. You learn more about that in the Clone Wars as well, but I think that the Sith version would be through rage. So
and
because Palps killed Plagueis, and because Plagueis killed this person, and because they killed that person, they're all with Palps.
Like we saw a little bit of, without some really endgame spoilers. We saw a little spirit.
So Palps would have been with Luke if he would have struck him down, and then Luke and Vader would have been the two Sith.
Mm-hmm.
But
makes sense.
Theoretically, the way that I look at it, and the way that it's envisioned and explained by a lot of the creators, and I think even maybe George Lucas has mentioned the way that the Force balances everything. If that would have happened, someone would have had to rise up against Luke and Vader, which probably would have been Leia at that point, right?
Right.
And then she would have went and found some Force sensitives like Luke did to train them.
Maybe she would have still had Ben and trained Ben to be good.
Luke was trying to restore the Jedi Order.
Right.
Which was a big mistake, honestly.
Well, I mean, hindsight's 20/20, right?
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to commune with the ancient Jedi texts to be a morally good Force user. Like, you don't need to study the religion.
Right.
Like, you could have let it die.
What about this? Do you think that the reason everything went wrong, I mean, there's various points where everything went wrong, but maybe Luke you know, being the Jedi he is, trained way too late, right? Trained by, I mean, Obi-Wan is don't get me wrong, great candidate to train a Padawan, but he's trained way too old. He's way too old when he
Yeah, but
starts.
Obi-Wan didn't train Luke.
Oh yeah, that's right. Who trained him? He just
Yoda.
the Force Ghosts.
Yoda trained him.
Okay. No, you're right. Big mistake on my part. So,
But he
anyway,
never really finished it, though. I mean,
right? He left. He totally pulled an Anakin and just dipped out on his responsibilities to the Order. But anyway,
it's the Skywalker way.
So when he had the premonition, or whatever you want to call it, when he felt the evil in Ben, he had already messed up because he had obviously familial connection with Ben. He shouldn't have been training him, I think, right? Because when he saw that,
he shouldn't.
he should have killed him. He should have just killed him right away, no hesitation. The
No.
hesitation is what got him.
No, I don't think he
so?
should have killed him either, because a spark of
Well,
dark,
either way,
like a glimpse of darkness does not consume all light within someone.
so he shouldn't have been training him because it just caused too much conflict of interest, basically.
I mean, the original Jedi way was not to have emotional connection. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Or at least try not to let it control you.
Or cloud your judgment. They say cloud your judgment a lot, I find.
Yeah, I mean, everything is clouded. Cloud this, cloud
Everything.
that. Dark side clouds this, the dark side clouds that.
They're clouding left and right.
Luke, I think, displayed a bit of arrogance because he was so powerful as a Jedi. To think that he could restore the Order by himself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he wasn't by himself, though, right? He had some Force ghosts helping him.
Yeah, but
And
I don't know if it was a good idea to even
try
to relive the same, to walk the same path at all.
But what about, okay, so let's disregard everything we just said and then think about, there's many, I don't know many, a handful, I don't know how many there are at all. There's some Jedi that survived Order 66, right? They were hunted. I know because you've alluded to that, and I haven't seen that yet. But
I mean, you saw it in Revenge of the Sith, though.
Yeah. Okay, so
I mean, original. If you're going off a prequel canon, all right. Let's start from the beginning. You're going off of original trilogy canon, right?
Right.
The only Jedi that survived Order 66 off of original trilogy canon, because Order 66 wasn't even a thing yet, but it'd be Obi-Wan and Yoda.
Right. Well, I mean, go off the canon by who we got to see, so you can only go off who you saw.
Yeah, I mean, well, basically. The original trilogy, Order 66, didn't exist, so they didn't have it in mind. So it was just Obi-Wan and Yoda were the last Jedis left. So
did they say that? They didn't say that, did they?
They didn't say that, but that's the only ones we ever got to encounter.
Right, yeah, but I mean, well, we have to disregard original canon because we've rewritten history with the prequels and sequels, so...
Well, with the prequels, it was still just Obi-Wan and Yoda. And the children of Anakin Skywalker. Else? I don't think so.
Oh, okay. So, I'm probably having the problem that many... See, I'm not a high-level Star Wars fan yet, but many high-level Star Wars fan probably have the problem of the non-canon.
Now in our current canon, without giving too much away, obviously, because you still have to watch Clone Wars.
Right.
Most of the Force sensitives or Jedi that survived Order 66 were not even fully trained.
That's why they survived. They weren't high at targets.
Well, like Fallen Order, for instance, I don't know if
Right.
how far you played into that.
Not very far, but I did see some action. You know,
But
obviously
he was a
is one.
Padawan.
Right.
He wasn't never fully trained, but he did survive.
Yeah.
Um, you haven't watched Rebels, so
No.
but there's somebody in Rebels that was a Padawan that survived. It's another character, a character that you don't know yet.
Oh, I know somebody else survived though.
Survived what?
Ahsoka, right?
Well, I mean, how do you know that?
Because reasons.
Where'd you get the spoilers from?
I don't know. You probably. I don't
never
know.
said that.
I would assume she survived only because there was talk of her being in
The Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
Yeah, they messed that up for you.
Yeah, they really.
So,
I'm gonna write a strongly worded letter.
Ahsoka's in Rebels. She's not a main character,
okay.
but she's in it.
Yeah. Oh, I knew that too. I think because I saw the artwork, and it didn't look like Clone Wars.
Yeah, Ahsoka's in Rebels. Obviously, she survived Order 66 as well. You don't really know her story though, so I can't give too much away.
Right. Yeah. Well.
But, man, there's so much that I want to say right now, but I can't.
I just got to go watch it. Let's just drop it. We're getting into dangerous territory here.
We are.
We're spoiling. We're spoiling here. In other news, right? What's other news? Is there anything else?
Not really. Not for me.
It. That's the only.
I play Valorant topics and think about Star Wars.
That's good. So Valorant. Okay, let's talk about Valorant. I think we've talked in the past about how VR's got me back into gaming pretty much. They brought me out of the
but ever since I started playing Valorant, I have no urge to play a VR. Period.
No. Yeah, I know. It truly shows how much of a fad VRs are, right?
Because Valorant has the CS:GO model basically, and that's old.
Right.
That's
so I'm saying
straight up competitive shooter.
Right. VR got me back in, and then of course it helped that The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild came out around the same time. I knew I wanted to play that. So I kind of got back into gaming because there was a long thing where I was just like super casual, very occasional. But this Valorant, it makes me feel like old school gaming.
Like a gamer.
Like back when I used
to gamer
game. Right, like I used to play Counter-Strike all day, every day, dude.
It's very new, but also nostalgic.
That's what I'm saying.
I think it captures a lot of what competitive gaming was meant to be.
Right. It's going to be interesting.
That original shooter game we were talking about that they made at NASA. They made the maze, and then they said, "What if we put, players in this maze?"
Right.
And then what if we just give each other guns? They'll just shoot each other.
Right.
And then they want to win. At that point, they want to win. You know what I mean?
That's how it all starts, you know. But no, I think it's different. I might be blowing it out of proportion because I don't play Overwatch, and I don't play what else is out there. That's pretty much the other big one that went first-person shooter that went completely esports, right?
Oh yeah. Well, that was just
Overwatch
a big push.
and CS:GO.
Overwatch was just a big push.
They put a lot of money.
Esport. And they started the actual league.
Right.
Instead of it being like, I don't know, like when I watch like Arena World Championships for WoW.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, it's WoW Arena World Championships. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The teams, they make themselves. They climb the ladder in game. They get well
It's like
known.
organic, kind of.
They get well known. They go and they play the tournament realm where they give them whatever gear they want.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you're in there and you're one of the boys, you know what I mean, who's playing TRs and everything, then you're getting into the tournaments. Then if you're winning, you know what I mean, you're making your way up, and eventually you can get to BlizzCon, and you know.
Right, it's more organic. It's not just like, here's the league, here's the teams, they're backed by big money.
Overwatch League is franchised teams.
Yeah. It's smart though. I think it's probably a good
like
business
an actual
model.
sports league.
Mm-hmm.
It's a league.
Exactly.
It's very much a league. It's not just a series of tournaments that lead to an end event. They have a team for Houston. They have a team for Seoul. They have a team, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But do you think Valorant is bringing anything new to the table as far as the way it could push esports forward? Or you think it's just going to hop on the train and help it along?
Anything new?
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to bring anything I don't think it's going to break the mold. I just think it's a better type of game to continue that. Overwatch
is it boring?
Cool. Valorant?
You think it's more boring though? Yeah.
Watching it? No.
It's like it's a healthy mix between CSGO, which a lot of people say is boring to watch, and Overwatch, which is a little chaotic if you don't play. You know what I mean? I think it's like a little balance.
Valorant, the way that the playmaking works in it,
right?
When there's good players, they're very, very entertaining to watch.
Yeah, for sure. But is it because we play it though? I mean, like, I don't know. Because ideally, what you want to do is get non-gamers to watch these esports. That would be the holy grail of esports.
It's going to be about probably another decade before non-gamers start watching esports.
Really? You think so?
I think so. But
I mean, yeah, it could
think about I think a pretty hefty percentage of people that watch the NFL, have played flag football or play in like some kind of rec league,
or at least know how to or they played it in PE or something, physical ed, and in school.
Like they know the rules of it.
Yeah. Everybody's played a video game, right?
So I think in about 10 years, when it becomes even more mainstream than it is now, these people, even if they don't really play a lot, or they play very casually, or even if they don't play anymore, they'll know the basics enough to know what's a good play and what's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think... I mean, esports players they're respected, but only in the gaming population, really.
Right.
And streaming has done a lot for that, obviously, because there was always tournaments and stuff ever since video gaming. Shortly after video gaming came out, there was tournaments, Tetris tournaments, and things like that. It's just the competitive nature of human beings in general to be better than everyone else. They want to be the best. You know what I mean? But now there's so much more medium to actually witness these things happen.
Yeah.
Like, ever since WoW Classic, there's been world first races to kill the bosses. You know what I mean? But with Twitch and these bigger guilds and everything, it's like an event. The world first race is an event. It's not just a competition.
Right, yeah.
Like, people watch it. Even non-WoW players watch it. Like, they want to see who's going to win. And it makes it even better that, like, in the last world first race for World of Warcraft, the two top guilds, one was European and one was North American. So it
That's
even
big.
adds a little bit more rivalry there.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, oh, we're NA. Oh, we're EU. You know what I mean?
Let's party.
And then there's a little bit of making fun of like, oh, EU plays, NA plays.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
I think it's going to be huge. Huge.
but
Esports
I
in
think
general.
it requires a certain type of game, and I don't think that game has come along yet. A
To
game
get
that
everybody
a
to
game that
watch.
non gamers can watch tournaments for and say this is it. You know what I mean? I think there's like
Yeah.
FIFA tournaments and things, but you're not gonna watch that on TV. You know what I mean? You could just watch
Well,
the World Cup.
this is a perfect example. This pandemic we got going on. They played a FIFA tournament. I think a lot of soccer heavy countries would watch it.
Probably.
I really think they would
Well, now they're in
because
talks. I don't know how much you know about the sports leagues and everything at the moment and what they're doing because I don't know too much about it, but I've heard enough. Um,
mm-hmm.
they're trying to figure out ways to play their seasons.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah.
They're working on like I think the NBA was trying to get a deal with Disney to
To stream everything.
house everyone,
Oh
like
wow.
basically the entire league.
Like quarantine them off
Yeah,
basically.
and they just play. They just train and
Huh.
they play, but they have families and they'd have to test them all the time and people are wondering how is watching these games without fans in the stands going to be. Is it going to be like strange, or are you really watching it? You know, you're watching it for the athleticism and the gameplay, right? Like
Yeah, I
the
mean more
fans add
people
so much to that, though.
more people probably watch it on TV than go to live games anyway, right?
Yeah, but you hear the
Numbers wise.
crowd, defense,
Yeah,
defense,
that's true.
you know what I mean? Especially
Maybe we
soccer,
need
like
some
football,
holograms or something.
and that's
Yeah.
another thing. They were talking about just digitally imposing fans into the crowd.
They should just digitally impose everything. Players, fans, the ball. I mean, they're all playing at home, right? That would be pretty good.
Dude, another weird thing that I heard about the NBA is I think, since pretty much the inception of the league, they've played with Spalding basketballs.
Mm-hmm.
They're switching over to Wilson.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
It's going to be a big move.
And they've asked players
That's what
about it, and players sort of say that there's not really much of a difference. But I think certain players are going to be like, I don't know about that.
Right.
Seems like there would be a difference.
I'm sure
like this
there
is your livelihood. They have this ball. It's like me just plugging in a different mouse and trying to use it.
Right, yeah.
They have this ball, and they use these Spalding balls for practice, for games, for everything. They know the proportions. They know exactly the angle at which they throw it. If they're shooting a 3, it's going in. Because they practice with. What if the ball's
slightly different?
Like 1 gram lighter. You know what I mean? It just completely throws off their game.
I'm sure they're gonna weigh the balls.
So they're gonna do some strange stuff with sports coming in the near future. Because they can't have people, and some teams and some franchises and some leagues are talking about allowing fans into the stadiums and sitting groups that come together 6 feet apart and funneling them in from different sides of the stadium and everything else.
The crazy part about that isn't that plan, it's the people that would go. They would still want to go.
Yeah.
It's like, I gotta go. It's more important.
People love sports, man.
They do.
They watch the athleticism. They watch the competition, and it goes back. People love to watch competition, like the Colosseums in Rome, like probably even earlier than that.
Oh, I'm sure. We're having some competitions, some
Because
rock breaking competitions.
we've talked about how like it's a competitive nature, like the shooters games and stuff. You always want to be the best at something, but
Right.
if you can't be the best,
You want to watch the
you want to
best.
watch the best.
Yeah.
And then some people want to root for the underdog to dethrone the best, no matter what it is. You want to
Mm-hmm.
watch the best person do it. You know what I mean?
That's true.
It's gonna be, things are getting weird, man.
Yeah.
But from what I'm hearing, and I think it might be a little early to call it, but this whole phase
Mm-hmm.
one thing hasn't. We haven't seen like an influx of new cases. It's been pretty steady.
Steadily a bunch of new cases.
Yeah, but it hasn't shot up any. It hasn't shot up any more than it was shooting up in the first place.
Yeah, but it's 2 to 14 day incubation period, and
Yeah,
not everybody's being tested.
and it hasn't been that long
I
anyway. So,
think, yeah, I think we're gonna see. I think we're gonna pay the price here.
do you still believe in Wave Two?
I think that's how these things work.
Because I originally believed 100% in Wave Two. I
Mhm.
was like, Wave Two's coming. Wave Two's gonna hit hard. We're
Then it
locking
just doesn't
back
come.
down. We're going. We're going all in. Like, and then maybe people will actually listen.
Yeah.
But
Now you don't think it's happening?
I mean, I'm not sure yet.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm skeptical. I'm sort of skeptical both ways. I don't want it to
Well,
happen, but I
thing is,
also
it's either gonna happen or it's not gonna happen.
I don't want it to happen, but like, you know, ignorance to an extent. I probably shouldn't say that. Never
What,
mind.
ignorance is bliss?
Ignorance should be punished, is what I'm
Oh yeah.
saying. To an extent, at
Oh
least. You know what I mean?
well, for sure. In the
Willful,
sense that
willful ignorance should be punished.
here's the thing, though, too. It's not just they. If somebody goes out and disregards everything and catches it, they're gonna spread it. If
Yeah.
they're disregarding everything, so it's not just them that they affect with this. That's the whole thing about it. I don't know. It's
We'll
gonna
see in the next
be
few weeks.
right. It's gonna be interesting to figure it out.
I mean, we're all waiting with bated breath. Like, we're going to see some big announcement that, oh, coronavirus is over.
Yeah, right.
Like, but I don't.
It's gonna
It's
be a
not.
mission accomplished type situation here.
Pretty sure it's not going to be over. Like, you know what
Right.
I mean? It's just going to be another thing that we deal with. Like any other,
Well, I think
fast
eventually
spreading
we'll come up
pandemic.
with some sort of vaccine or something.
Yeah, but this.
Column of the corner. What's up?
Hey, what's going
Column
on,
of the
man?
corner.
I think that viruses, in their nature, evolve and adapt and change because it's literally in their genetic code to survive, and it's gonna be hard to get rid of something like that. That's why the flu comes back every year.
Right. Yeah. For sure. That's be interesting to find out. Let me let the dog in real quick. I got you. Got the stairs in
Let
there.
the dog in. We're doing good, Callum. How are you? We've just been talking about whatever. We do this show every Thursday at 8. We were talking about some Star Wars theories. We talk about COVID. We were talking about the way that it's affecting sports leagues. We just sit here and really just talk about stupid crap and important stuff too. But we just have our own opinions, and they're dumb opinions most of the time. But here we are.
What do you want to talk about? Column of the corner.
I
Are we
think
saying
it's
that right?
Callum of the
Callum.
corner.
Column. Callum.
We
Maybe.
are all ears on topics, but typically we just disregard people's opinions and give our own.
So I got a topic.
Hit me.
We got
About time you
you
did
talking
something
about
around here.
talking about competitions, right? Um, best pet, cat versus dog. Go.
I think it takes a certain kind of person to like either animal. I mean, dogs are loyal,
Mm-hmm.
but most of them are also really, really dumb.
Dogs?
Yeah,
I don't know,
a
man.
lot of dogs are real dumb, dude.
They're pretty smart. Have you ever
They
met
like
a
to
dog?
they like to eat nasty stuff, dude. They like eat your underwear and like eat the trash and hey, what's going
Antiques
on?
Roadshow. Antiques Roadshow. I think that it's undecided. Cats versus dogs can't be decided. Um, it was a cheat because I can't decide. Antiques Roadshow. Oh, you don't want to start me on Antiques Roadshow. Oof,
Cats are.
what a show.
I'm going back to the cats thing.
Okay, you think cats are better? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I love dogs and cats, man. But cats are very fickle.
Yeah,
Cats like they want you to worship them. I blame the Egyptians.
yeah, for sure. They got it in their head that they're all that because of the Egyptian artwork.
Yeah, they do want you to start on Antiques Roadshow. So,
Okay.
Antiques Roadshow, like, I've never got super into this kind of thing. Um,
What?
I've seen like glimpses of it. Like,
Yeah.
is it like an auction show or no? Wait,
Okay.
do they appraise things?
Okay. All right. Let the boomer take over here.
Okay, here
Our
we go.
our our
Boomer talk.
our 3 year age gap.
I know it's a
It shows.
huge gap.
You act like you were born in the '90s, and and it shows.
I was.
So they're talking about. Also, link us a picture of your dog called Lenny, okay, please, and thank you, because I want to see
Lenny.
this
Oh,
Lenny.
at Lore the Things on Twitter. I want to see Lenny.
Or just link it in the chat because I got to see him now.
Oh yeah, you can
But
do that
anyway,
too. Links are fine.
so and we want to
Yes.
see Luna as well,
Yes, we do.
of course. They're talking about the British version of Antiques Roadshow, which I think I love Americana. I love antiques from America, and they have antiques from all over the world on the American version, of
They have
course.
a lot of Americana stuff, right? Like, I don't know much
Yeah.
about Antiques Roadshow, but I've seen like the appraisal of like one of the old Batmobiles from like the Adam West version of Batman. That
Yeah, they'll
sort of
have shit
thing, you
like
know what I
that.
mean?
Yeah. But the British version, the reason why the British version is cool,
So is this
and
like
dare I say cooler.
Is this like even more boomer version of Pawn Stars? Like people bring
Oh,
this
it's
stuff.
way better.
Yeah, I know it's gonna be better.
Yeah, it's they don't offer to buy the stuff. They tell you, at auction you could get this. They tell you, and they tell you history of it and stuff. Pawn Stars is like the glorified Hollywood version, a little bit.
Yeah, no, but I just
Um,
mean the basic idea of they bring something
yeah,
and
they bring something that they've had or they got, and they appraise it for them, and they tell them where it came from, what they think about it. And the good ones, they say like,
let's take this to YouTube, man.
this is the best one.
Ah.
Anyway, yeah. Uh-oh. But the cool thing about the British version
Those links,
is,
I don't
dude,
know why, but those links aren't working. So
they have all these cool things because Britain is so much older. Like and they have things from Europe and stuff
yeah,
too.
I mean,
So
we only go back what a few hundred years, man.
Yeah. But I mean, we have stuff like people always have stuff on the American version that their grandfather brought home from the war and stuff like that. All that stuff. You
Yeah, I
lot
mean,
are English.
yeah, we get that, but like
we're not English.
America as a country only goes back you know,
Britain is cooler. You are correct, sir. Yeah,
I mean,
Britain is.
I've never been, so I couldn't tell you. I don't really like. I'm not like, hey, I'm a patriotic American. Like, I'm not. I'm just kind of where I am, and that's the way it is.
Well, I mean, it's basically the same exact thing.
I mean, you've been all over the world.
A
Not
few
you
places.
haven't been all over the world, but you've been to Europe,
Yeah, yeah.
and you've been to Ireland, and you've been to Paris, and you've been to, well, not Paris, but
I'm
France.
not Paris yet. Yeah, France.
You've been to France. You've been to Italy. You've been to Spain.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
been to London. So you've been to
London.
England. You've been
Right.
to, so you've seen, I mean, but you've been as a tourist, obviously. So, but you've seen
Yeah, yeah.
kind of how
But
things are.
I did stay in public housing when I was in London for 2 weeks.
How different are how different are
I went to Southampton.
yeah,
too,
I know
so.
I know London isn't England as a whole. That's why I said England afterwards, you know what I mean? They said you've
I
been to
haven't
London.
seen the Midlands or the North or anything like that though, so I'm really excited to go back.
But
yeah,
you've been,
everything.
how different is it?
It's listen. I'm coming up with a universal theory here. People are the same everywhere.
Yeah,
It's like
they just speak
it's
different
different.
languages.
Yeah, it's different, but it's also they're the same. I mean, the human nature, and really like the initial, like they say people in England maybe are colder or like more reserved or something. And maybe initially as an American, you might get that from somebody, but when you get down to it and you start talking to people, it's everyone's the same, man. Even
I'm gonna
people
try to find
down,
like a best of Antiques Roadshow UK.
yeah. The cool stuff is when they get like the old like jewelry and they can like trace it back through its
Look at this.
lineage of who's owned it, like all the families that have owned it way back. That's where I'm Yorkshire more. That's where I'm from up that end. Go to Scotland instead of England. I think funny but the south.
This is a magical Fabergé
Different.
flower
Oh,
valued
I
at
believe
1
it.
million euros.
Oh my god. Yeah, chat. I believe that because I know London's a big city, and I know the South is a different beast, just because of the history of it and stuff. And I know you hillbillies up in Scotland are a different beast as well, and I would love to visit all of it. They have no humor compared to. I would say England as a whole has no humor compared to us.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. They do. But
It's just drier, man. Or
posh cunts. It is a bunch of posh cunts, but I met some, what I feel like were kind of salt of the earth people.
did you?
Yeah. Like we hung out in a laundromat for a couple hours doing our laundry.
Yeah, but laundromats, no, you need to get down to like the farmers and like the essence.
Yeah. Well, in Ireland, we met a lot of people like that. Like, yeah, Scottish Twitter. I don't have to look it up, man. That's probably some of my favorite content on the internet. Because you hear the way it's written, the Scottish Twitter posts. I don't know if they're really like that. You can hear it.
I mean, he says up north humor is just to take the piss out of each other, and that's the best.
I feel like
making fun of your buddies, making fun of your lads, making fun of your friends? Sort of.
Yeah.
The funniest thing you can do. I mean.
Yeah, it is.
Anytime I've laughed.
We write the way we speak. That's awesome.
Anytime I've laughed.
I know you do.
Anytime I've laughed the hardest was when I was either being made fun of or making fun of one of my friends.
Oh yeah, no.
Because that's just the best. I mean,
and calling it taking the piss out of each other is even funnier.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't really get the expression. Like, what am I gonna actually take the piss out of you? Like, I don't.
Yeah, you just rip it right out of them. I feel so. What about is like Northern Ireland Like I went to a couple places in Northern Ireland where there was some Scottish people, like this restaurant and stuff. Do you think Northern Ireland, since they're so close in history and stuff, do they act the same at all? Because I'm guessing you're in Scotland. I don't know. I felt like Ireland was like super down to earth when we stayed.
Yeah, from the
I mean, because we
pictures you
traveled
showed
all
me,
around
and
there.
like from the pictures you showed me, and like the way you described it, dude. Some of those little like villages you stayed in, and just
Yorkshire. It was awesome, man. We stayed on that farm in the barn house and stuff, in that stone barn house with no heat, and we didn't know how to use the wood burning stove because we're from Florida.
You guys
Listen.
figure
I
it
don't know if
out?
I told you
You guys
this.
ever figure it out?
No, so a wood burning stove, you put wood in it, obviously,
And burn it.
and it burns and it heats up the space.
Is that how it works? You put wood in it and it burns? Is that what? Is
it
that
burns.
Is that what a wood burning stove does?
Yeah, but it acts as the radiant heat actually heats the place. It's so foreign to me. But anyway, so I am.
You know, there's this thing, right? Called. Well, actually, if you want to get down to the nitty gritty, it's more of like a kinetic energy thing.
Kinetic. Yeah.
Like.
No, I know people have heating, but I stayed in a stone barn.
Yeah, but I'm saying like, there's this thing called fire.
You said we have heating.
There's this thing called
what
fire.
Yeah, and then it heats up the molecules around it.
Yeah, and then it warms the air and everything else. And then,
no. Let me tell you this story. Listen, I know how fire works. All right.
Do you?
But anyway, we're staying in this stone building, the stone barn converted into like a little. Yeah,
thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate it. Welcome to the Dingus Den.
And I am completely paranoid because we're in Florida, obviously. You know that, Tim.
I mean, you have a way higher chance of getting murdered in your house than you do in a barn in Ireland, so.
Right. I don't know about gas. I don't know about carbon monoxide. I don't know how these things work. So in the middle of the night, we're like, the fire is going out. And I'm like, let it go out. I don't want to die in my sleep from this carbon monoxide because I'm figuring it's just floating around, going to suffocate us. So the fire goes out. We wake up in the morning. It is literally, we can see, I think I have like little ice forming on my mouth. I could see my breath because we let it go out. And we talked to the guy who owned the house. And he's like, oh,
couldn't understand a word he said because of his accent.
You got to keep putting fire on, or wood on it. And I'm like, what the fuck?
How do you do that while you're sleeping, though?
You just got to load it up before you go to bed. I was terrified, dude. I just let it go out.
Well, don't you have proper ventilation where you were?
He told us the next day that apparently it is properly ventilated. But I don't know about that,
you didn't know.
man.
You're like, if I'm breathing in smoke, I'm going to die. I'm going to die in my sleep. I'm not even going to wake up.
It doesn't go below 50 here. How am I supposed to know that?
I use my heater. I use my heater like twice a year, maybe.
Yeah.
But
so
no, because
Ireland is a bit different because as people, they are the same attitude-wise, but there's stuff like the war in Ireland, the worst council of the state in Europe, which makes them different. So, yeah, I've heard it's different there.
What does he mean by, do you like our plugs? What's a plug?
I don't know. I have no idea. We don't know about those things, man.
I know like a drain plug.
So it was winter. It wasn't even winter. It was spring. I couldn't handle it.
No, but when you told me that you're going to Ireland and we were at the mall and you were looking for a cool jacket. Oh, yeah. Sockets. Oh, well, yeah, we call that a plug too. Those weird European sockets. I've seen them. What's the difference?
Nothing. They all have ground, I think.
They're just different shapes.
Whereas, you know how we just plug in two prongs a lot of times?
Oh, they have their own. They have their own kind of socket.
Yeah. No, we have our own. Oh, Scotland has their own? Oh, yeah. You know, I have something. Double the power. Yeah. They are better. They're safer. They have... Oh, yeah. I used yours, too. Yours are the little prongs, right? Like this? Hold on. Let me see something.
That's UK. Scotland grounded adapter? Oh, he's from England.
Yeah, yeah. And they do have that different one. Look.
Oh, they do have the same
This.
plug. I knew their plugs were different than our plugs.
Somebody had a different plug though. Maybe it was on the cruise ship when I took a cruise. But this, I'm gonna plug. I'm gonna plug this item right here that I got off Amazon.
Oh wait, he's gonna plug it because it's a plug. You get it?
He's English scum.
Oh,
We don't the oppressors. So
the oppressors.
This I got this, and I recommend getting this if you travel because it's got all these things. You plug whatever you want into there, and then the backside that's US.
That's an old
and
English
then that
plug.
pushes back.
Oh, it's got both on it?
It's got everything, man. Look at this thing.
It's got a US one? Oh, man. That's very cool.
Yeah. It's got them all. This came in very handy. That was one that I used in England. But also I used this one, I think. I don't know. You guys tell me. That's English? British?
That looks
What would
huge.
you call that?
Pop out the little US one that has no girth to it.
It's little. Look at that.
Look at that. Oh my, that's so dinky, dude. Look how dinky
yeah, this
our
one's
plugs are.
English.
Look at that. That's
bulky.
beefy, dude.
That's
because we want all our stuff to be made super cheap.
Yeah, that might have been something I had to use on the cruise ship. This one here. That's like a Japanese or something. I don't even know. I'm showing that I have no idea what I'm talking about. But anyway,
that's a pretty cool little gadget, though.
It really came in handy. It saved us a lot of times, and it has a little fuse in it. I bought the one that has a fuse. Safest plugs in the world.
Yeah, ours just they'll spark off and burn your whole house down.
Yeah. I didn't really worry.
Everything here is crap.
Well, I know that you guys have better building codes than us because Stu Tick told me that.
Oh, old Stu Tick.
European plug. Yeah.
There we
the
go.
Flat
this one's
and this one.
That one looks like copper too.
Might be.
That's hyperconductive right there, dude. That's hyperconductive.
Yeah, it worked really well.
Their plugs are fused even. We gotta have like surge protectors here.
Oh, they're all fused too. Okay, that makes sense. You ever woke up to an alligator in your bath, seeing as you're from Florida? No, but there are literally alligators here everywhere. It's not even a joke.
His buddy has one.
Yeah, my friend has one in his bedroom.
It's very docile. I held it.
Think this is a joke?
I wasn't like snapping at me or anything. I wonder if I have that picture somewhere.
You think Florida is a joke? People, I think people think Florida is a joke when they see it on TV, but
it's literally pretty much alligators. Yeah, I mean, there's exaggerations and stuff, but it's pretty much almost exactly like people say it is. I mean, stereotypes have to come from somewhere, right?
Right, exactly.
Let me see.
So if we come to Yorkshire, can we hang out? Because I'll come there. Don't mess around.
I don't have the money to come there. Zach will come there, though.
I'll come there, and I will force you to take me to the best fish and chip shop, and then I will force you to take me to all your other favorite eating spots, because that's all I do.
He hasn't convinced me on it yet, but he's been really into the idea of a full English breakfast lately.
Oh, tell him, guys. Tell him.
And
come to Scotland, I'll buy you a pint. If you buy me a Scottish full English, I don't know what you guys call it, if you call it a full Scottish, but with like the different pudding. I mean, not pudding, the different blood sausage or whatever, with the white one. If you buy me that, I'll come. Definitely. Where in Scotland are you from? Glasgow? Edinburgh? That's all I got.
So, let's see what a full Scottish breakfast looks like.
Dundee, okay. Yeah, the full Scottish is very similar. I had one. Well, I don't know. I can't speak to actually having one in Scotland.
Is this an actual real full Scottish here, or like what is this?
That's what mine looked like, basically, I think. But I had one in Northern Ireland at this Scottish breakfast place. Black pudding, square sausage. Square sausage. Okay.
Okay, we got a tatty scone. No clue what that is.
Bread.
White pudding. No clue what that is.
That's what it was. That was the major difference. They didn't have white pudding on the English when I had it in England.
And this, I don't know how crazy I am about the mushrooms being in there.
They're essential. But those right there in the picture aren't burnt enough.
Yeah.
Those are like raw mushrooms.
I mean, this is probably a really bad example, but...
It looks pretty good, but I think
here's a tatty
they
scone.
call it a fry-up for a reason, man.
Tatty scone. Oh, it's a potato.
Oh, I didn't know.
It's a potato pancake. Huh. It's like a crunchy potato pancake, dude.
It's like a latke.
With flour added, dude. That sounds good.
Oh, Dundee, so you're on the water. Hey, look at this.
This tatty scone thing sounds good, dude.
This castle looks pretty good out here. You're like up there, man. So you're north of
white pudding. Seems to be a real love-hate reception.
I think we're supposed to be saying it tatty, like a tater.
It's got 2 T's though, so I think it's tatty, like a potato.
I don't think it's tatty.
Potato.
Potato.
Potato, like we're from Boston. A potato.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tat. See?
It's tat.
It's tat.
Oh.
A potato, like
okay.
Like from Boston, you got to get in the car.
Yeah, I'm sure that's how they all talk over there.
Talk just like Boston.
That's good.
People from Boston.
The people from Boston don't even talk like the people from Boston, dude.
They do.
I was very disappointed. Some of them do. Yeah, dude. I'll come to Dundee. This looks pretty cool.
Potato scone is made with mostly mashed potato with plain flour added to make it into a dough. Then they roll it out and put it on a griddle.
Yeah.
So it's like a potato pancake.
Which are delicious.
It looks like they cook it crispy, though. Or it looks like it maybe should be crispy. I don't know.
It's a hash brown. It's basically a hash brown, right?
Yeah, but it's very much smushed down into like...
It looks good.
Lorne sausage. Square sausage.
I had some potatoes on mine, but I don't think it was that. I think it was like more of a hash brown.
Beans, mushrooms, bacon, square sausage, normal sausage, tatty scones, black pudding.
That black pudding is out of this world.
That's what this is, right?
Yeah.
That's the black pudding right there.
It's like it's a blood sausage. Really.
Why is it called a pudding?
I don't know. Because pudding is like dessert, right?
I mean, to us.
I don't know why it's called pudding. Because it's delicious, maybe?
Oh, and there's always like a tomato, too.
Yeah, fried up tomatoes. I have taken that here, but Is
that a tatty scone? Because that looks like a hash brown.
Yeah. That's a hash brown for sure. Look at that thing. No, I've taken to eating tomatoes with my breakfast over here now. And
see, the beans throw me off and the mushrooms throw me off. Those ones are burnt like you said you wanted them.
No, listen, the beans are not what you think. Go to the store, get you a can of Heinz. The actual beans, they're not baked beans. They're not sweet. They're like tomato saucy. They're really good.
So, how do you eat this? Do you just kind of cut a piece off of that, cut a piece off of this, and sort of just eat it all?
How I eat it.
Because I am a food mixer.
I'm not a native, but this is how I eat it. I take knife here, fork here, and I go.
Just cut it all up
and just start eating, man.
Because I'm a food mixer.
Going at
like when I'm eating a steak, I'm not like cutting my steak and like eating it and then eating mashed. Like I'm taking the steak, I'm scooping the mashed potatoes up with it. You know, I'm getting down on it, dude. I'm a food mixer. I even get some green beans on the fork with it too. He says Heinz beans are amazing.
Mixer? Yeah, it's like the gold standard of beans.
Mixing or alone, both good. I'm a mixer, man. I like to break the yolks.
So
I like to get my yolk
mixed all day.
all in everything. I put yolk in it. I let the yolk get all over everything too.
You know who's
I'm
not a
slinging the yolk
mixer?
at the walls. I'm slinging the yolk at the ceiling. It's everywhere, dude.
No,
The yolk's just. I'm yolking it out.
I've been working on him, but you know who doesn't mix at all is that little LPK.
He doesn't mix.
Dude, he requires his bacon to be on a separate plate.
Yeah, he's
from his like pancakes and stuff. He doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, I like a good fried egg, so I think that's fairly universal. A fried egg is.
Oh yeah,
that's good
for sure.
That's good stuff. Our breakfast is like fatter because we're American.
Oh, I love our breakfast. So
we usually have sweets. You know what I mean? We have
it's like that.
Pancakes.
Remove the blood.
We have pancakes. We have waffles. A lot of syrup. A lot of butter. But
very good.
But definitely still like an egg, some bacon, sausage is good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And a hash brown and some bread.
And for some reason, like a lot of Americans, they add fruit. They're like, "Oh, I'll have a grapefruit with my breakfast." Like,
no, they don't. Not real Americans.
Like serial killers, maybe like Dexter.
Right. For real.
I like to do the little. It has like. You can get Earn Brew online. Best fuzzy drink in the world.
What? Earn Brew?
Is this a fizzy drink we don't know about?
Probably. Scottish carbonated soft drink. Scotland's other national drink after whiskey. This is just what Wikipedia said.
Said Iron Brew.
Oh.
It's pronounced Iron Brew.
Huh.
What is it? It's
Let's order some. Carbonated water, sugar, citric acid, flavorings, caffeine, sodium benzoate. Yeah, I mean it
competes directly with Coca-Cola and Pepsi in Scotland. It's like the number one.
Wow.
Carbonated water, sugar, citric acid. It kind of sounds like a cola, right?
Yeah.
Does aspartame in it though?
Yeah, that's in a lot of shit. I would try this, but I don't drink soda too often. But it looks crazy.
Either, but I'll try it.
Cool colored.
You know what I like? I like those Japanese sodas.
69p for a tall boy? Oh, yeah.
I like those Japanese sodas with the ball in them.
I love those little balls. Those are good.
Good, man. Pop it in there.
So unhealthy. Okay, we're going to order some Earn Brew. We'll drink it for you next time.
Oh, is this what it looks like? It's like orange.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Looks orange.
All right. I'm ordering a six pack here.
Iron Brew.
Iron Brew. Whoops, sorry.
All right, you give me one of those next week. Well, whenever we get it. Whatever week we get it, whatever Thursday we get it. Oh, it's gingery.
I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
Whenever we get it, we'll crack it on the show and do a
toast.
First taste test.
Impressions. Okay, so
this is making me want to learn more about Scotland.
You're a freaking dingus, dude.
Yeah,
thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate it.
We've got we definitely have to.
Let's do a world. Yeah. Let's do a world learning. A little bit of world learning on Lord of the Things.
Let's do a world breakfast tour.
Oh, that
eat all
is
the breakfasts
I would be into
across the entire globe.
Our original idea for this show was we were gonna do it in the same room. If you remember.
Yeah, but COVID,
Yeah, but this was like before that. We just this was like the original idea that we had. It would be me and you. We're sitting there. We're drinking coffee. We're eating food. We're doing whatever, with like a more, like sort of almost professionally kind of setup.
A more posh setup.
Yeah, we'll be a couple of posh cunts.
Yeah.
I think the show should evolve into that still.
Well, here's the thing about that. I can't be a posh cunt, dude.
You already
I
are.
wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to keep it up. Nah.
You're more posh
You
than
don't
I
know.
am.
Yeah, but only slightly.
Haggis.
Haggis. That's what I had.
Oh, you had some?
Haggis.
You
That's
had
like
it?
sheep intestines or something. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, that's something I've heard. That the
It's like
Scottish eat
it's
for
kind of
sure.
like scrapple. It's like scrapple. Have you ever had scrapple?
No, I don't eat any of that weird canned food.
Oh man, scrapple is good. That's what it's like.
I never had spam. Look
Um,
at this full Scottish breakfast stack. They just stack it all on
oh
top of
yeah,
each other.
yeah, that looks good.
I never had spam.
You never had spam.
No.
Oh my
I
god,
never had scrapple. I
dude, spam is pretty good.
definitely don't like Vienna sausages.
Yeah, they're
like,
not that great.
oh man, my brother will just eat those things right out of the can, bro.
Your brother's a savage.
He
Dude.
just opens it and he just grabs it. But he like loves bologna and like hot dogs and like all that stuff that I don't really like that much. Like
you don't love a hot dog, man?
Don't get me wrong, like I'm not un-American. Like I'll eat a hot dog, but like I mean it's just sheep guts and all the shit that's left over.
Yeah.
So it's like our chicken nuggets from McDonald's. Like they're just chicken beaks.
Yeah, except for they've been doing it for hundreds, if not 1,000 years, you know?
Yeah, well, you know.
No, I've been really into like some formed elongated meats lately. I love a good hot dog, man.
I'll eat like I eat like
Nathan's.
I don't know. I like Heber National hot dog. I like all beef hot dogs.
Yeah. Okay.
They got definitely a better flavor to them.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, don't get me wrong. When I was working concrete for a little bit, and I was bad at that. I mean, look at my arm. It's like, it's like a stick.
Yeah.
We would go for lunch. We'd go to 7-Eleven and
get a couple taquitos.
No, I'd get a couple hot dogs.
Oh yeah,
and they got the good toppings there.
Yeah, they do.
You get a hot dog really there.
Load one up.
You go under the little chili fountain. You get the chili on it. You go under the cheese. You get the cheese on it. And then I'll do like ketchup, mustard, relish,
onion, relish.
I don't do onion, but
what is with these people? You don't do onions.
I don't really eat onions.
I don't understand people that don't eat certain things. I don't get it.
Onions are too they're too strong of a flavor for me.
There's literally nothing that I won't eat.
You're telling me you'll just pick up and just bite into an onion.
Oh yeah, I would. Why not? I have before. It was not recommended. I mean, I don't recommend it by any means, but
yeah, he's got it. Onions get a pair of balls, mate.
No, onions are good, man.
I mean, I like them cooked into things, and like I know there's onions in like almost everything that I eat. But
yeah,
hey, welcome back, Envy. I don't just like onions, like especially raw onions.
Mm.
I don't like onions on burgers.
Sandwiches?
Really. No, yeah,
Weirdo.
I don't even eat onions on like subs.
What else don't you eat, man? What have you been hiding from me?
All right,
you
so
picky eater.
name some things, and I'll tell you if I like them or don't like them. Let's do it. Let's run it.
Well, you said some weird affinity. I mean, some like you don't like mushrooms, man.
No. Tastes like
no
dirt.
Mushrooms. Oh my god!
It tastes like dirt. What do they taste like? Dirt.
The English breakfast is better. Sorry. Oh, we just started a war, man.
No.
Uh-oh.
We're starting wars over here.
We got.
You know what? We're gonna try as Americans. Okay. We are going to. I mean,
We're good at starting wars.
Yeah. First of all, we're good at Well, no, we're good at joining wars. All right. So we're gonna join this war, and stick our nose in where we have no place to stick it in. And Zach's gonna get all this imported stuff and this good stuff because he's the cook. I don't cook anything, dude. I like throw something in the microwave. And we're gonna try. We will try a full Scottish, and we will try a full English, and we will tell you. I mean, it might not be as good as if you go to a place there.
No, it won't.
But
listen, okay, hold on, wait. I gotta say something. These people in chat, listen up, boys or girls or both or a third option.
Whatever you want to be.
Our American bacon is better than yours.
Oh.
What you have is not bacon. It is not bacon.
Is it ham?
We have bacon. It's real bacon. Cut into strips. It's delicious. It's crispy. It can be soft, but it's usually crispy. Oh my God. You don't be silly. You don't be silly.
I'm not going to speak. I'm not going to. Is that it? Because that just looks like really thick bacon to me.
No, click on the other one. It's just ham.
Like Canadian bacon?
No American ever said that. They were spies. Yeah.
He said he had bacon in New York.
It is. Look at that. It's just ham. It's good.
I mean, I like ham. I'm cool with ham.
It's not bacon. It's not bacon, though.
Here we go. This is it. This is the one. That is that your bacon?
Yeah, dude. That's
Tell me
bacon,
if
man.
that's the bacon.
Because
that's not bacon. Those are ham slices.
Yeah,
they're delicious.
It's from a similar cut, but it's not.
They're delicious and they're awesome with breakfast. And I like a nice thick ham steak. I like a nice thick ham steak with my breakfast sometimes, but that's ham. Like, what?
I'm saying.
But I'm I'm also very particular about my bacon, though.
Are you a crispy?
I like a chew.
Oh, okay. I go either way.
I like a chew. Too crispy, it's like it all crunches and crumbles and turns into nothing.
Yeah, I get that. I can see.
And I
prefer ours though. Yours has got more girth to it. I'll give you that. But
my dad gets like irregular bacon.
Mm-hmm.
They're like these. Some of them are like super thick. Some are like super thin. You know what I mean? He just buys like a regular bacon. Like he's just buying a regular Converse in like '78. He used to buy the cheaper regular ones with like the stitching that was weird for way cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, pancakes, bacon, syrup. Yeah. Best breakfast you've ever had, though. I don't know about that.
Beans and chips. Yeah, they don't really go into breakfast, but okay, I'll allow it. But
is he talking about French fries?
Yeah, has to be. Right?
Music. What are you, a musician? What kind of musician?
I think he's talking about the traditional Scottish music. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm down to check out whatever, really. So do these guys know each other?
I don't know. They might be the other versions of us, man. Vegan World on YouTube. Okay.
Oh, they know each other over the internet. Okay. We basically only know each other over the internet nowadays.
Yeah, I saw him in person the other day. He said, "Who the fuck is that?"
It was weird. He looked like hell. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, "Damn, you look like shit, man." He was like, "Damn, what happened to your hair, dude? You look like really stupid."
This is you, Column's Corner? This is not you. You're a famous YouTuber. My head does look like a sodding Tic Tac. Yeah, well.
Your office is better? It was so short, though. My head does not look like a sodding Tic Tac.
I'm watching this one now. It's really fucking funny.
Yeah, the series, the British Office, the series is. I mean, I love the American Office.
Soon we will have
no, listen, you can't just say. You can't just.
While we root together for our drivers only.
Base your whole success of your Office off of Ricky Gervais and say it's better. Okay, Ricky Gervais is better, but
And Ricky Gervais helped produce our Office, though.
Yeah, that's the only difference. You know, you asked me about the differences between countries.
Yo, this is like the stuff that you listen to, bro, Zach.
What is that? Is that one of his videos?
This is the Steven Tries diss track.
Oh, I do listen to some weird shit. Let's hear it. I'm gonna hear it on my side over here.
Steven is an anagram of he's and he's time in the evening, wine and then dining the girl that he's meeting. He met her outside of her parents' evening.
So good.
While he's out creeping, sat in
What are you doing in our podcast that no one ever watches right now?
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I don't understand.
That's hilarious.
Vegan world. I'm definitely gonna check more of this out for sure. Let's watch this Antique Roto show thing really quick though.
Oh, you're gonna be obsessed. We won't do anything else for the rest of it.
The Queen's Own Worcestershire Zars.
It's the show, man.
Was formed in 1794 to protect these shores against a Napoleonic invasion. It was agreed that
That's
the regiment
crazy,
should
though. Is that in
serve
water,
only within the United Kingdom.
Or is it made to look
However,
like water? What is
in
that?
1899, when the Boer War was going badly, it was decided that some of the yeomanry, as volunteers, would be mobilised. And
You two are sound.
when they left the shores, the
That's
Countess of
worth it.
Dudley, whose husband,
Worth
the
it,
Earl
man.
of Dudley,
We've been
was
doing this
really
now for
appreciate it.
how long have we been doing this for, Zach?
This is show 10, isn't it? It's a
think
big
so. We've
milestone.
been doing this for like 10 weeks. And we just mess around, man.
You guys are the only ones to ever come in here.
Not a couple people, you know what I mean? But we
We
figured
do
we're
it for
just gonna...
ourselves.
Oh, it's in the title. Okay, of course. He knows better than we do. We do this for ourselves mostly. I mean, we're not currently on other platforms.
I have a backlog of about 10 episodes that I need to put on
we
YouTube,
have all of
but-
them backlogged. I don't know if we're gonna we don't know what we're gonna do yet. We were thinking originally we would edit every single VOD to make it better of YouTube content, and then edit,
Not happening.
and then also make audio versions where we cut out some of the dead noise and make it a podcast as well. And obviously a lot of stuff that's visuals we wouldn't include in the podcast.
So next Friday. Yeah, exactly. We're coming. It's coming out next Friday. All the videos will be on YouTube next Friday. I'm committing to it right now. Over. Done. I'm putting it out. It's
It'll
going.
be here, so I'm excited.
So, me too. Very excited. No, a lot of people,
we got a fan, bro.
A lot of people, they do it for, what does everyone say? They say they do it for the fans, right?
Yeah.
And
You're a
we
freaking
don't.
dingus,
We don't
dude.
care about the fans. We do it
Thanks
for
for the follow,
ourselves.
Cal.
we appreciate the fans, I guess, but
What we do is we've been making like these long lists of topics so that we can fill just like 2 hours of a show. But what we're waiting for is for people to come in and talk to us because then we can do things like this and interact with those people and make it
and tell them that
make
their
it a better
bacon is
show?
worse than ours.
I don't know. That ham looks good.
It's okay.
It's ham.
Okay.
I like a good crispy ham. But yeah, we just started doing this for ourselves. Like we have these same conversations usually over.
We have merch though. We do have merch.
We're not selling it. We'll send you one.
Actually, this is. I'll sell you one of these. Actually, if you want to buy it.
I mean,
Just so you know. Just so you know.
Well, I mean, we'll figure it out. He
Vegan
doesn't
world.
like
I'm gonna listen to
vegans.
this.
I don't mind vegans. I'm not
Hate
one.
'em. Nasty creatures. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
I still stand by the fact that Evolve kitchen place is pretty good. I like that place, man. That place on Sea Breeze.
Oh. Yeah. No, I haven't been there, but you said you liked it, and the reasons you liked it seemed pretty good.
Vegan chili cheese fries.
My sister is one.
That vegan chili is crazy.
So is this on Callum's Corner, or are we looking up something different? Okay, I think I found it. Oh, I Eat Meat, official music video.
It's called Vegan World.
Oh, instant banger right here.
Oh, Vegan World, I Eat Meat. Okay, let's check it out.
It's times like these.
First
when we all
reactions.
depend on
Look,
each
Mike
other
Chitwood.
to do the right thing.
Law enforcement, medical personnel, first responders. are
This is
working
the
as hard
sheriff
as they
of our
can.
county popping up
But
on
you
my
need to do
YouTube.
your part.
Stay home.
So, first impressions. Your head looks like a sodding Tic Tac. That's all right. So, sometimes I have weird friends.
Don't drink soy. Take milk, you
Yeah.
don't
Take milk, you.
Don't believe you can milk a nut.
You can see it in my bicep when it's
I know a couple of girls.
Hold
that
on,
would
one
disagree.
second. Wait, give me 1 second here, because Zach likes those disgusting alternative milks.
Oh, how dare you? I
Soy
love the
milk,
alternative milks,
nut
man.
milk, cashew
I
milk.
stand by this.
He puts it in his cereal, and it's just like a bowl of oats with like a little bit of like a drop of almond milk in it. Nah, dude.
Yeah, well,
I like milk from a damn cow. Whole milk from a cow.
I have that too. I got everything.
I know you like
I
them
got it
both,
all.
but I don't support the whole nut milk movement, okay?
I told you,
Alright, let's keep
I
it
eat
going.
anything.
That's just...
I eat anything. All right.
He's calling you a vegan even though you eat anything. Just because you drink nut milk.
See me strutting out the mail. Beet juice coursing through my veins. Here as my truth
Oh,
is
meat juice, baby.
I eat meat in a vegan world. Whoa, I'm an alpha male. I'm a big strong alpha male. I eat meat
It's the way to do it.
in a vegan world.
Eat meat and just be an alpha male.
I'm an alpha male. I'm a big strong alpha male. I eat meat in a vegan world.
He said cow milk or kitty milk. There is no exception.
Shot it, you beat your cook, you've had your say. And I'm gonna make you pay. It takes a man to draw a line in the sand. Said it's crap. Ends run
I
out.
think they got
A+ content right here.
I'm an alpha male.
they got
Pig outfit?
Alpha male.
Love
I
it,
eat
dude.
meat
they got that Britain's Got Talent. Maybe strike one on that.
I'm an alpha male. I'm a big strong alpha male.
So do you guys hate
is,
Simon Cowell as much as we do? Because I don't like that guy.
This is what I call comedy, really.
Do you guys
That's
hate
pretty
Simon
funny.
Cowell? Because I hate Simon Cowell.
I
Oh, they hate
don't
Cowell.
mind him.
They hate Cowell. I knew it, dude. I knew it. Everybody hates Cowell.
I don't give him that kind of attention, man. You know.
I
I
do
don't-
love Gordon
He's
Ramsay.
okay.
I do love Gordon Ramsay though. Gordon's a
He's
good one.
just there. Yeah.
Whining all piously, in need of psychiatry.
Gordon's
Make sure
pretty,
you know
pretty
better,
funny.
make you
Look,
Whoa.
the Trump building.
Oh yeah, there he is.
That
What do you guys
is
think about-
our POTUS, our president of these United States of America, this great nation?
I don't know. They
elected.
They're putting up a stomper. It's fucking raw.
Yeah,
that's my Gordon impersonation. Yeah, they put up a good.
You know what I like? I like Gordon's content when he's chill, like when he's in his own kitchen.
I hate that.
I can't
stand it.
I love it.
Now, when he's teaching you how to cook, I don't like it.
When he's teaching you just how to make like a nice steak.
Nah, I only like him when he's yelling.
He's saying, "What do you guys think of?" What do we asked what they think of Trump. They asked what they think of what we think of Kim Jong Un. I have no clue what's going on with Kim Jong Un.
I personally, I like anybody with that much comedic value just to their being. Honestly.
Well, yeah.
I think he's a psycho probably, and he's probably one of the most delusional people that I've ever heard of. But
it's like if they let Doc. It's like if they let Doc Antle run a whole country.
Yeah.
Dude, Doc Antle, by the way, is nuts, bro.
Elliot Rodger. This looks interesting.
This halfwit
California.
Is giving me
okay, a series of killings by gunshot, stabbing, and vehicle ramming. Yeah.
Yeah, Doc Antle, what a pimp, he says. Yeah, I know, I'm saying. He's nuts, bro. How does he... All of those people are nuts, actually.
Oh, this is a mass spree killer. This is a spree killer. I'm not a huge fan of spree killers. I'm more of a lying in wait type of guy, personally.
Dude, look at this. Oh, man. Look at that pelvic thrust, bro.
Doc Antle is a literal pimp, and he should probably be in prison for it. Oh, so I see the tiger craze has crossed the pond. Yeah, that's how it is in Florida, basically. That whole documentary about a boy and his tigers. Just imagine that with other wild creatures and alligators, and that's Florida. Carol Baskin's in Florida.
Oh yeah, Carol Baskins is in Florida. Carol Baskin. That bitch.
Oh yeah,
Carol
always
Baskin.
put the S on it. Always throw that S on there. Amber just said, "Oh, I hate that," from the other room.
Joe Exotic is it's a pretty wild dude. But Doc Antle, I think Doc Antle to me is like the star of that show, though.
Yeah.
He's so strange, and like how he like intoxicates these young women and gets them to like live with him and work for him for their lives, dude. Like,
it's kind of like a Pinky and the Brain situation. You got Pinky, who's Joe Exotic, and then you got the Brain. He's really thinking about stuff. You can tell that guy is planning out his next weird shit that he's going to do.
Doc Antle's thoughts go deep.
All about Joe for me. I mean, he's the showman for sure. He wins that race. But
Boris Johnson looks like Trump. That's true. I've seen them make very similar expressions. I've seen both of their hair do the exact same thing in the wind.
Yeah. Well, that guy is something else, man.
They both have this light wafty hair that just like when it blows in the wind, it looks like they only have like 10 hairs on their head.
Yeah. I think
right now today to say this crap.
It's got a real reggae tone influence for this song here.
As they would say, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong.
And they're mates too. Boris Johnson and Trump are mates.
That Boris Johnson is a twat, I believe they would say. Or a tosser, right? Those are appropriate terms. He's a real
tosser.
That guy is fucking. Not only does he look funny, and his hair looks like he's a fucking 4-year-old.
Not even, dude. He looks like a newborn baby.
He seems
literally.
No, he seems like he has no clue where he is, A knob, yeah, okay. I mean, I can't speak, like, I don't dislike him personally, but he seems like he's just out of his mind.
The thing about Donald Trump is, like, and I know we were talking about Boris Johnson, but the thing about Donald Trump is, like, he'll say the craziest shit, but he'll say it with full confidence.
Yeah, well,
like,
so does Boris Johnson.
He just doesn't, I swear to God, he just doesn't care.
Right.
Like, it really almost feels like it's a big joke to him, dude.
Well, he thinks he's on a TV show. That's what I honestly believe. But Boris Johnson, he looks like he just came, like, his parents picked him up from daycare and dropped him off on Downing Street. Like, I don't understand. What? I know I'm a shallow person, but he just looks funny to me. I don't know. But yeah, that's something that, you know, I don't really.
So we've established that.
Care.
We've established that, you know, people from other countries, you know, they hate Donald Trump. The country
I think that's
is very divided by that.
We share that, yeah.
I wonder how people feel about Obama.
He had a more favorable opinion from most people, I believe, except for like these right-wing countries.
A lot of his politics, you know, I don't really want to speak on either way, but like as far as like a guy that I would like give a high five to and like hang out with, he seemed pretty chill, man. Shoot some b-ball with him, you know what I mean?
Obama? Yeah, I don't like anybody that's been in power for a while now because, you know, he did a lot. I mean, yeah, Bush did a lot to rip away privacy and stuff with the home.
They just laugh at the Don 24/7. Yeah, and I feel I'm sad that that's a representation. I feel like that might be a representation of the people that live in our country.
Well, they voted for him, man. There are a lot of people that live in our country that love that shit. That's the thing.
Yeah, but like not everyone's like that. I mean, we got a big country.
But no, the Obama took away a lot of privacy rights too, man. And he droned a lot of people, and he deported a lot of immigrants, just like Donald Trump. But he just gets he did it with
like a cool, smooth stature.
Right, while smoking.
He could talk his way out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. God save our queen. Fuck the queen.
Oh,
yeah, you know, that was really popular back in the day.
You're allowed to say that, Zach.
I'm pretty sure. No, we're allowed to say that. We fought for the right to say that at one point, I believe.
That's true. I mean, we're here, aren't we?
That coffin dodging Nazi.
Oof.
Who's the coffin dodging Nazi?
The Queen.
Oh yeah, well, she is a coffin dodger, that's for sure.
It's funny. Zach's girlfriend is really into like the Tudors and like that old, like what?
English history.
Yeah, really into English history, and it's
we're rewatching the Tudors again. Did I tell you that?
For the 17th time.
We started again. I think she's on number 4 and I'm on number 3. It's really good background stuff. The Queen.
Photos of her wearing a swastika.
I believe it. I mean, you know, look at Chamberlain before the war. He was basically giving them all hand jobs, you know. But that's neither
We're
here
talking
nor
about
there.
the basketball player Wilt Chamberlain, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's who we're always talking about.
They called him Wilt the Stilt because he was so tall. Yeah.
So no, I'm talking about the old Neville. That's actually what I'm going for right here. They call this the Neville. I'm gonna shave off everything but the Neville.
The Neville.
Just keep that, tighten it up a little bit. Yeah, you know Neville Chamberlain.
No, I'm a very ignorant American.
Well, no, it just stems from my World War II history obsession. or all wars rather.
That is not the Neville. That is a Tom Selleck mustache.
Who wore it first? That's the real question.
I mean, Neville did, but who wore it better?
And who wore it better?
Magnum PI.
Tom Selleck. So, no, but I'm gonna do my hair like him too. You see? Push it over. Do I look like him yet?
Let's do a little comparison here.
He was like, so Neville Chamberlain was definitely. He was. I think they started the term cuck because of him, actually.
I mean, cuckolding has been a thing since like Shakespeare, so.
Yeah, but it didn't become like a real thing. This
isn't even Tom Selleck in his prime.
That's a really old Tom Selleck. It looks like.
Let's look up Magnum PI. Magnum PI Selleck. Have a good night, NB. It was really nice talking to you, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, if you tag us on Twitter at Lord of the Things, I'll send you some merch if you'd like. Tag us and then drop me a PM with your address. Put it in the mail to you.
Look at that stash, man.
Yeah, it's a solid stash. I don't know if I can compete with that. He's got the girth up here. I
can't grow the mustache like that. I got like a Joe Dirt thing going on. Mine doesn't like connect to the beard at all.
It just grows in all white trashy like that naturally.
Yeah, yours does too, man. It's real patchy.
Yeah, no. Underneath here, there's nothing there. So.
You have to grow it so it looks like it's connecting.
Yeah, I just hang them down. But yeah. No, I have a little bit of mustache, so I think I'm going to just get rid of this patchy stuff and go with that. I think it's probably the smart thing to do. Amber keeps telling me I'm not allowed to, though. So.
Well, I have that one picture of you with a mustache, and you look insane.
That was the early mustache, man. It wasn't coming in like this. So, what else do we got? We got.
Was this guy not? Was this guy good? Was he bad? Was he? What was he?
Well, I mean, he got overshadowed by Churchill because Churchill took over after him. He got a vote of no confidence.
What's up with Churchill? Churchill's like, I don't know that much about him, but I like see him in pop culture, and it's like, Churchill's big, man.
Yeah, he was kind of a big deal.
Churchill's big time.
He's credited with leading them through the war, basically. So that's kind of a big deal. Also, he was a big personality. I think that's why he gets so much attention still to this day.
Saw him on an episode of Doctor Who.
Oh yeah, for sure. Churchill won the war. See, yeah, he did. I mean, he's the one who orchestrated the Dunkirk rescue. I don't know if you know about when they got pushed back to Dunkirk. The initial push from the Nazis.
You're really obsessed with that war stuff.
Well, they made it into a movie too,
It's called Dunkirk?
That's right.
Never saw it. Yeah.
It wasn't great. I mean, it was all right. I watched it a couple times, but no, it was a big deal because what happened was they got pushed back to Dunkirk, which is this little town.
Oh, hold on. Tom Hardy's in it?
Across the channel. Oh yeah.
Then I'm gonna see it.
It's by Christopher Nolan too.
What?
So they got pushed back, and then Churchill's like, "Yo, go get our boys," and they went and got them with anything that floated. They had civilian fishing boats and anything. They went over there and just got them back. And brought
Cillian Murphy's in it too.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta see this movie, dude. Where can I watch this at? Is that Harry Styles? What the hell?
Oh, what Harry Styles is really?
It's that guy from One Direction.
Oh, why didn't you say so? Harry Styles, of course. When you say Harry Styles, I just think about what's going on up here.
There we go.
Get it?
Dunkirk is at the second spot in Quentin Tarantino's best films of the decade list.
Wow.
I mean, I trust Quentin Tarantino's opinion. He makes good movies.
The guy's a weirdo. His number one is probably just like staring at a TV that's turned off for 10 hours.
Number one's
Super
probably
weird,
one of his own movies.
Harry Styles, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I like my Harry Styles. I don't know about his. Rose to second after he rewatched it a couple times.
What's his number one? He's yet to reveal his full. Let's look at this guy. He's so pretentious. He says, "Yeah, Dunkirk's my second favorite movie of the decade." I'm not gonna tell you what my and Quentin would say it just like this too, because he's like such an asshole in like interviews and stuff. Yeah. No, Dunkirk was my second favorite movie of the decade. I'm not gonna tell you what my first favorite. I'm not gonna tell you what my first favorite movie of the decade was. Okay, so don't even ask me about it. All right.
That's funny. Don't you dare! If you ask me about it, I'm not releasing another movie. I'm not releasing the next Kill Bill for another decade.
This is my boy right here.
Yeah, he's a good actor. Is he British?
Tom Hardy? Yeah. You never heard his mixtape, bro?
No. Remember, we always think that all these good actors and they're always end up being British.
Yeah. Have you heard Tom Hardy's mixtape though?
I don't think I have. Maybe.
He's good, man. He's actually really good. Tom Hardy mixtape.
Kill Bill Volume 3 when? Is that coming out soon?
Tommy number 1 and Eddie Too Tall. Falling on Your Arse in 1999 full album.
I think I may have looked at it. Maybe you played this for us at some point.
What do we think of Alex Jones being forced off of social media?
Oh, we just talked about that. What did we say? I want to be consistent. I think I said I don't care because he's a fucking psychopath.
Yeah, but where do you draw the line?
Well, that's the thing about social media and why it's, it's bullshit.
I mean, social media is privatized. It doesn't have to follow the freedom of speech where American, narrative or guidelines, right?
Right, yeah. I don't think he should have been kicked off because I don't think you should ever silence someone, but he's still a psychopath.
Yeah,
he's out of his mind.
Definitely far way out of his mind, for sure. I like to check up on him every once in a while because I feel like he's probably dead.
He's gonna be saying something crazy. Oh, he's never gonna die, bro. He takes too many supplements.
Oh, the supplements. You told me about that his whole thing was just a front to sell like nutritional supplements or whatever.
And books. He makes mad money off of books and supplements, man. Books like Who Killed Uncle Sam and stuff, or like all sorts of weird stuff. But yeah, the thing about social media is that's the thing. You can be kicked off of social media. They control it. Whoever they are, the people in power. The evil they. So it's tough to be upset about that in that sense, even though I believe that he shouldn't have been. But he's so crazy and he's spreading lies that it's like they have to protect these stupid people that believe him. I guess. I mean, that's what I think. What do I think of David Icke?
He's an English conspiracy theorist and a former footballer.
Yeah, what I think of him is I don't think of him, but
I don't know
now.
Who he is he? Oh, Alien Reptilian Legacy? Is he like one of those
New Age, New World Order, probably. That's what they all are.
Children of the Matrix.
Names. Prominent public figures belong to Babylonian Brotherhood and propelling humanity towards an Orwellian global fascist state or New World Order. Yeah. The thing about that is they're not part of any brotherhood and they're not doing any of this coordinated. They just all love power and money. So it happens that leads us to a fascist Orwellian global fucking New World Order state.
It's not some big
he's
conspiracy,
right in a sense.
though.
Right. I mean, the conspiracy is that they're all fucking out for money and stuff. Jimmy's, was that the pedophile stuff? It's always pedophile stuff, right?
Yeah, if he exposed him, it's gotta be.
Right. That's the thing, though, about conspiracy theorists. They gotta hit sometimes.
And other
If you're throwing
pedos, too, he said. Yep.
Yeah, if
Peter.
you're throwing crazy stuff out there all the time, eventually something's gonna hit.
It's gonna stick.
If he exposed this guy, good on him. But, you know, he's also spewing a bunch of nonsense, probably.
The reptilian world order. I mean, I believe that stuff.
I would love if that was all true.
Haven't you ever seen the
That would be
video
cool.
with Justin Bieber where he blinks and his eye is like sideways like a reptile?
Yeah.
That's 100% true, dude.
I believe Bieber is, but nobody else.
Well,
He's the
Bieber
only one.
and Hillary Clinton.
Wow, 20 years before. That's really something.
Bieber, Hillary
Nobody
Clinton.
believed him, I bet.
They're all Ellen DeGeneres. They're all reptiles.
I just believe Bieber. He's a lone reptile in a human world.
What do you
That's why
think
he's so
about? What do you think about
misunderstood.
these conspiracy theories that you hear sometimes, where a celebrity was like replaced with like a plant?
Oh, I actually like those.
I like those, man.
Because it's super it's really super easy to believe because we feel like we know these celebrities, but we don't. And then you're like, what if? And they put up all these compelling pictures and evidence and stuff. It just seems like
exactly
most...
the Avril Lavigne theory. That Avril Lavigne was just like replaced by someone else, and
crazy.
Same thing with like Michael Jackson. People think Michael Jackson was like replaced by an alien.
Well, if you think about
I think
it,
it just
like
became one.
No, but not aliens, not even that far-fetched. Just if they're replaced by somebody because they're such a name to make money for other people.
So is this like a face-off situation where they give them plastic surgery to look exactly like him? Throw them into
No, that's what they're saying though. With like Avril Lavigne, I saw some stuff where like it's showing imperfections in her face. Everyone has like a person that looks like them.
Yeah.
You know, they have enough money to go out and find these things. The problem with all those theories, the Avril Lavigne one, for example, is I don't think Avril Lavigne was good enough to replace.
She was never popular enough to.
Right, like she had a couple hits.
I mean, she
like she dated a dude that skateboarded. Right. Nah, I don't think if you're gonna replace somebody, you don't go for Avril Lavigne unless that's like the test. Like you do.
She had me wearing ties over my t-shirts, so.
You're like, if I do this, I'll get me an Avril Lavigne.
Yeah, I was a skater boy.
Still bangs.
But I
won't deny that it bangs, but I just don't think that she was a good candidate.
Her first single, Complicated, was a bop, dude. But then Boyfriend came out, and I was like, what is this? This is not good.
But that's the thing. That's part of the conspiracy is that it's a banger. No, because it's a banger. Because it's engineered to be a banger by the hierarchy of these Hollywood elites that control not only Hollywood but the music industry, and they'll go to any lengths to control the population through media, including replacing human beings.
I mean, I partially believe that.
All of it? The whole thing?
I believe parts of all. I partially believe all of it. I believe they replaced 1/10 of her, and 1/10 of her music was made to brainwash people. No,
you
but
think that 1/10 of her
I partially believe that the music industry and the media industry, I mean, is extremely corrupt.
Yeah, but they're not trying to hide it. They're like, they tell you that they're trying to.
We're just trying to get streams, and we're just trying to make money. Like,
yeah.
The Epstein theories.
I heard a crazy theory about Epstein.
I heard
that he didn't kill himself.
Aren't they releasing like a? Aren't they releasing like a Netflix documentary or something about it?
I don't know.
The truth will never come out. That'll be one of those things that, you know how when they like declassify documents like 30 years in the future or whatever?
Yeah, and they had the past 30 years to like fix them up.
You can look, yeah, exactly. You can look into like MK Ultra and stuff, and you can like see things about it. But that's not all of MK Ultra. There's no way.
Right? They're like they declassify, and they're like, oh yeah, looks like nothing happened.
We'll declassify this, and then we'll just omit what we want to omit, but we'll give you enough to where you actually believe that this is the full story.
Right. Yeah. Give you a little tidbit. Yeah.
The Jeffrey Epstein thing goes deep.
I'm sure it does, man.
With
people
the island and like it was a full island. Dude, if we start talking about this, I'm gonna go on to other things like the Bohemian Grove. And all that. Dude, that stuff is wild, and like the Skull and Bone Society. And
wait, but why? What I
how
don't
the rich
understand.
and elite, how everyone seems to believe that the rich and elite have these like cult, like backings going on and things like that. And I mean, I could believe it.
Well, no, it's no, it is real in the sense that they give jobs to their friends and family, and it just stays.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like Skull and Bone Society and the Bohemian Grove and like the things that happen there. That's real.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it gets a little crazy, but Epstein hole. Oh, I probably will at some point. I go down a lot of YouTube holes.
Madeline McCann.
That's the his fixer or whatever, I think.
Oh.
Oh no! Wait, no, that's not her name, is it? I don't know. No, the problem is, oh, that's a little girl. What I don't understand about all this is why can't these grown men stop trying to have sex with children? Is that something that comes with money and power? Like you just suddenly get this urge? Because I have zero urges for that. Like, why?
Yeah, I also
is it such a problem?
I also don't have urges for that, but I think like
what's going on here?
I think
why?
I mean, I definitely see the appeal of like an older man, you know, being rich and wanting to get with a younger woman, but like not that young.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Oh, missing in Portugal. It just seems weird that they just fucking can't stop.
I mean, if you're like 60, 70, I mean, like a 20-something, yeah, I mean, that sounds good. You know what I mean?
But, yeah, because at 20 years old, you're a fully formed adult human, you know?
Yeah. And it's before you start to, like, deteriorate as a human being.
Right. You're still on the upswing.
Yeah. Like right at the peak of the upswing.
Right, yeah.
I don't look into too many conspiracy things because I am scared that I will delve into
uncover the truth.
Hard.
You're scared that you'll uncover the truth. You're too good. We got Sherlock over here.
The real problem is I'm scared that I never will uncover the truth.
Oh yeah, it drives you nuts.
And it's like Making a Murderer. Like I watched Making a Murderer and I was like, this was good, but like I just wanted him to like, what actually happened?
I know.
And you'll never know. You'll never know what actually happened.
It's fucking crazy. Oh, there's a lot of cases like that where I think how the parents aren't in jail is insane.
I mean, we have one. Casey Anthony.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We literally have one in Central Florida where we are. Casey Anthony. Yeah, that was a worldwide thing too.
I remember when that came on the news, I was like, what is going on in our backyard?
What was going on in her backyard?
Well, that's a real question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into this because this is insane. I'm already reading about it. It's over.
It's over.
It's mental, as our friends would say. I like it when they put them in a documentary. I'll watch that.
I like the documentaries, especially because they like really they know how to cut it to keep you hooked into it. It's
And
like the
sell an
Joe
agenda.
Exotic thing, or like the Making
Right,
Murderer
yeah.
thing.
For sure.
They're like, oh, where do we start?
That's just us falling trapped to the media empire
Yeah, it is, but
that wants to control us.
as long as I'm blissfully ignorant and entertained, I mean, who am I to complain?
Yeah.
I mean,
sure.
it's either I am a consumer and I live in consumerism, or I completely cut it all out and completely fight it, and that just sounds like way too much of an effort for me.
Dude, Netflix released an 8-part documentary on this, the disappearance of Madeleine McCain.
You gotta watch that one. That's another one.
I might have watched some of this.
The Netflix doc isn't the best. Look up Sonia Poulton on YouTube for a good doc on it. Then watch the other one.
I will literally.
There's probably some missing.
Advice.
I feel like those Netflix documentaries, they are excluding
very,
so much crucial information. And
very skewed.
Like they tried to make the guy for Making Murderer sort of look like he was innocent. You know what I mean? We don't know what happened.
Totally.
I'm pretty sure that he did all that stuff.
Same thing with the staircase. Like that shit. They try to make him look guilty and then innocent, and I mean, it's just like you can't help but sell. Yeah, but you can't help but sell a like an angle on it when you make that kind of stuff.
I mean, everybody loves a story about someone who's been so wrongfully accused. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. No, I definitely want Stephen Avery to be 100% innocent, just because I want it to be. It's my anti-authority.
I want him to be that wrongfully accused
streak. Yeah.
But
well, they proved he was once, but in all those wrongfully accused cases, these dudes are doing some shady ass shit in the first place.
Yeah.
Like they're always picked up because they're doing some shit.
There was already weird stuff going on before the whole thing started. It's like the Joe Exotic thing. Like he's in jail for murder for hire. But what about
he was like wilding out?
What about like selling like illegal animals and like, you know, he did a bunch of other illegal shit. Like it was already sketchy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. That's the thing. But that's, you know,
they didn't look at the parents more in case they got sued for it. Well, I mean, that's going to be really touchy because it's
defamation.
How are you going to accuse and it's really hard to accuse a parent.
That's like the Ramsey case, you know?
Exactly.
Way back in the day?
Yeah, of course I do. Joan Benet. Dude, that story kept me up at night when I was a kid all the time. It was terrifying, bro.
It was.
They like found her
killed her.
They like found her in the basement or something and like, right?
Yeah.
Like, that story scared the living hell out of me. But they probably just manufactured a bigger story to scare children into, you know, consuming Making a Murderer 20 years later.
Yo, I'm reading this thing. You ever seen the Pillars of Creation? You know what that is?
But
the big gas nebula.
How? It's very, very hard to accuse parents of doing something horrible to their children unless you have very, very substantial evidence.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Publicly.
Yeah, publicly, exactly. Pillars of Creation. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, it's kind of off topic. They're
That's
like
fine. We don't
gas nebulas.
We go off topic.
Gas nebulas.
The parents were doctors. There's a common theory they drugged them and overdosed them.
Oh. It seems to be a theme with these.
Whoa,
those things.
That's a gas nebula?
Yeah, dude. That's where stars are born, man. Isn't that cool? That's out in space right now,
I don't know what's going on with it, but...
That's gas being sucked in together because of its own gravity.
I mean, that's not out in space right now.
Yeah.
Because it's light years away and...
Well, here's the thing. That's what I just read. Scientists now think that maybe it got destroyed about 6,000 years ago by a supernova.
Exactly. So it's not out in space now, but we're just getting images of it now. That's the weird thing
Right.
about time-space, man.
Right.
Or space-time,
It is.
not time-space. Space-time.
Doesn't matter. Flip it, flop it.
When you
It's
go
connected.
when you go that far, you're seeing something that happened so long ago. Like, because if you could travel there right now, this isn't going to be there.
Well, no, it's there in some form, but it's partially destroyed by a supernova, they think.
Yeah, but it's not going to
So
look like
that-
this. We're getting an image of something that's 6,000 years old.
Oh, yeah. That's amazing. Crazy. But that's pretty close, actually. 6,000 light years? That's nothing.
But yes, we appreciate that, Callum. I will look into that Maddie McCann
Oh, yeah, we're
story.
going to be up. I'm going to be up tonight thinking about it. Two other kids that were twins, younger than Maddie, they never woke up for ages and looking for Maddie once. I did watch some of that Netflix one. I think it was poorly done. I
Well,
don't
he
think it was
said that the
captivating.
documentary was poorly done and not to watch the other one about it.
Yeah, no, but I think that's why I don't remember. But I do remember something about the siblings not waking up.
Yo, look at this. Saraswati's
Oh
in
yeah,
there.
that's a nice
That's the
one.
that's the
Indian
actual image.
That's taken by the Hubble telescope.
Yeah.
Actually, that's
She's
real.
just jamming out on that sitar sort of thing.
Yeah, those nebulas, they're pretty fucking badass, man. That's how the universe was created. Those nebulas are, it's where they clump up, like gas, and clumps up, and then gas, when it gets dense enough, turns into solid matter, and then that turns into the building blocks of like metals and stuff. And that's kind of just
It's
it
like
in a nutshell.
elemental fusion.
Yeah, right, because so when they get dense enough, then they cause heat, and heat changes the elements. They drop electrons and atoms,
But it's
merge
yeah,
with
but
other
it's
ones.
the craziest thing is it's natural elemental fusion. Like it just happens.
Right. It just does it, man.
It's just out there happening.
Right. Fucking wild.
That's another thing I don't
man.
like to think too deep into is like how we came to creation, because it's like we're sentient beings and we understand things. And that's another thing, dude. I'm getting too far off because that's another thing is how the way that we perceive things and the way that like another being would perceive something. Dude,
Right.
I can't go down that road. I do believe we actually went to the moon.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
I don't believe
I
we
think
faked
we
the
did.
moon landing.
I think it would have been harder to fake it back then than to actually go.
It is a big. that's one of the big conspiracy theories, though. It is.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, it would have been really a good thing to fake because the whole space race and stuff.
Yeah.
But and we were losing that pretty bad because the Russians can make a sick rocket. I think we went there only because America's *1 and all, you know.
Yeah, of course. And Neil
I
Armstrong
haven't
and Buzz
seen-
Aldrin, true American heroes.
Did you ever see him go off about somebody saying they didn't go to the moon?
Through the
Old
radiation
Buzzy
belt.
boy. Through the radiation belt. Yeah. What do you radiation belt? What, around the Earth or from the sun? I haven't seen any compelling evidence that we didn't. That's the problem.
No, that's another thing you're gonna look into this time.
Yeah.
You're gonna come at me tomorrow like, dude, we didn't. We never went to the moon. Man has
We
never
never
walked on
went,
the moon.
man. We never went.
I mean, we know we have people on the ISS.
Do we? Do we? Oh, produced by the magnetic field and the rotation? The radiation belt? Is
There's
what
that
we're talking
guy
about
in
here?
the ISS that like cries and it like flies up in the air. Remember, you know that guy with the mustache?
Yeah.
I like that guy, man. An interesting guy.
Oh, particle accelerators. What?
Dude,
Okay.
how anxiety inducing is it to be in the ISS?
Oh, it would probably be crazy. Are you kidding me?
Terrifying, dude. How do you live like that? What happens if a hole just breaks through it and you just get sucked out into the vacuum of space? Dude, space is so...
Did you see
Space is so
Vacuumy?
scary.
Super vacuumy?
It's so scary,
did you
dude.
did you see Gravity, man?
No. Wait, which one was that? Was that the one with Sandra Bullock?
Sandra Bullock? Yeah.
Where she's stuck out there and...
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty
no,
good.
I think I did see that. That was...
Really
I thought
good.
the ending was kind of dumb, I think. If I remember correctly.
I don't remember the ending.
She like
I don't
sees,
remember anything.
She like sees the guy, but he's not actually there, and like...
Oh, that was fucking cinematic masterpiece. I don't think the radiation belt is strong enough to kill him. I suddenly have an opinion about that.
Knew nothing about it 10 seconds ago. Now has a very strong opinion about it. A true
Well, I know
American.
there's radiation out there, and I know, space is just crawling with radiation, but
that's why you got the suits, man. The suits stop the radiation, man.
Nah, they didn't stop it, but I don't think it was too much. They're talking about they flew really fast. It's like when you walk over hot coals type of situation, I think.
Oh, the hot coal theory.
Yeah, they went really fast. Like
very scientific.
Over 100 miles an hour. Over 100 miles an hour.
Over 100 miles an hour, man. That's fast.
Yeah.
Faster than a damn Nissan. Am I right? Jesus.
But I don't know. I'll look into that a little bit. I believe we went, but I don't believe it wouldn't be way easier to do now, and they wouldn't have to commercialize it. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't know why we're not traveling to the moon. Like, why aren't we bouncing back and forth?
But why right now? That's the thing. I think we should, but you're trying to get billions of dollars in funding. How do you sell it? Commercialize it. That would be good. They wouldn't have tried to commercial. Wait, I don't understand what you said.
I feel like space exploration is just important to the fabric of who we are and who we've evolved to as humans.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, it's the final frontier. Obviously, Star Trek said it best. But how do you sell that to somebody who has billions of dollars and wants to put that towards something else that they feel is more in their face?
I mean, people, they just have to be curious and have billions of dollars. Really, look at Elon.
Yeah, it takes an individual, I think, because on a national scale, it's hard to prioritize
you're not gonna sell it to them, but they're gonna.
That's all you say.
You're not gonna sell it to a billionaire. You know what I mean? They have to want to do it themselves.
But what about? Okay, so as a nation, though, if one kid dies in the street because he doesn't have food, how do you sell a moon landing? It's tough sell. Is all I'm saying.
There's too many things. Important. There's too many things that we need to dedicate ourselves to before that.
That's all I'm saying, man. And before it was important because we had to beat the Russians.
We always had to beat the Russians. How many kids? They have more kids dying in the streets than we do, probably. Probably not, but that's beside the point.
Oh yeah, they certainly do.
I lost my train of thought. Oh, we haven't even fully explored the ocean.
Yeah, well, that's a bad argument, I think. New food sources on the moon, like alien steaks. The resources on the moon.
Why is that a bad argument? I want to hear this one.
What?
Why would we explore space? Why would we explore space when we haven't explored the ocean?
Because the ocean is boring.
It's on our own planet, though. We don't.
Yeah, we've seen it. We've seen one creepy, deep ocean fish. You've seen them all.
Dude, those things
they're weird.
There's some weird stuff down there.
Yeah, I mean, sure, but I think space is more important. You got to be looking out, not inward. Never examine yourself. That's what they say, Never look inward on yourself.
I don't think that's what they say. I think they say look inward first. I think that's
at other people.
Yeah. Judge others first before yourself. That's what they say.
Right. Lest you be judged, basically.
Judge others first, and when they judge you, disagree.
Lash out at them.
Yeah. Attack them violently and physically if you must.
So, I think that show. What do you think?
Yeah, We went a little longer than usual. We usually only do a couple hours, but we've had such a good time hanging out and talking with Callum. Envy. Thanks for the follow. Also, Cow. He had a little input as well. Appreciate you guys coming by. Usually what we do with this show is we just have some topics. We talk for 2 hours. We hang out. We do some dumb, stupid bits and stuff. And that's pretty much all we do. But we really made this because we thought it would be cool to interact with people that came in and had opinions on the things that we were talking about. Or we could talk about the things that they talk about. Just have, general conversation. Thank you so much, Callum. I'll check out the YouTube a little bit more. I like
just sub. This is the comedy that I come for, really.
Yeah.
In more ways than one.
We will be back at the same time next week. It's Thursdays for us at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm not gonna be fucked. I'm not gonna be fucked to do the conversions of what that is.
Add 5 for most of it.
Of what that is for you, because I can't. I don't math. I could Google it, but I'm looking at this picture and it's a nice picture, so I really don't want to get rid of that either. We will be back. We appreciate it. We appreciate everybody that came by to talk to us. Usually we give this little spiel at the end of the show, and I'm usually
That's awesome.
Oh, that's not you. That is actually better.
I wish you would have kept it up for a year, but still, like that's really funny. A couple years.
You should have kept it up until we're gonna have a meetup and we meet the guy.
I subscribed anyway because I think this is funny shit.
Yeah. Usually I give this little spiel at the end of the show. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for this. Thanks for that. And nobody had even come by, at all. But I just thank them anyway.
Next week we're giving away cars to everyone.
But actually, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for chatting with us. We'll bring up some topics. If anybody else, Callum, if you want to bring in some topics, we'll talk about it. We just have a good time. But I believe that's show for the week because we have gone about 30 minutes over because we were having such a good time.
Wrap it up, B.
That's always fine. Claim the first Lambo. I don't know if we're gonna have any Lambos.
I think they're similar to Lambos. I think they're called Kia. It's foreign.
I have a couple of Porsches. We have a couple of Porsches and a couple of Ferraris, but no Lambos, unfortunately. Couldn't strike a deal.
Let's get him a Lambo. Let's get him a fucking Lambo. Let's go.
All right. We'll figure it out. We'll trade a couple Kias for it.
I think it's 3 Kias for a Lambo.
I wanted to mention to you though, Zach, before we close the show. Conor McGregor's people reached out to me again, and it's
embarrassing.
He is just chomping at the bit to get on here, and I told him
bring him on.
I told him no. We want you and McGregor.
I know, but
I mean, we're Star Wars nerds. What are we gonna talk to Conor McGregor about? Does he like Star Wars? Probably not. Does he know anything about it? He's probably a fucking idiot.
Definitely not. But he's just gonna keep bugging you. So next week, live.
We'll bring Conor McGregor
Thursday night. 8 p.m. Conor McGregor is going to be here.
Yeah, we'll bring him on. I'll talk to him.
If you like him, if you hate him, come talk to him.
Come let us know.
He's probably only going to have a 5-minute spot.
Yeah, he said let him on for a minute. We'll let him on for a minute. Thanks so much, Callum.
Okay.
And we'll talk to you guys next week. Have a good night, everybody. That's Lore of the Things. Twitch.tv/BarryDubs. Twitch.tv/TheKidZach is over there.
Twitter.
I messed it up again.
We got a Twitter.
Twitter.com/Lore of the Things. That's pretty much it because we don't have a YouTube link yet because we don't have 100 subscribers because we don't have any videos on there. Good night.
Boom.
And goodbye.